and welcome to day 4 and video 3 of stress. By video 3 I mean episode 3. It is very important that you go back and watch the previous 2 videos so that you know where it is all coming from and you can handle stress better, because it is about you and your life. My friends, as I told you, today I am going to discuss state. By state I don't mean a geographical location. I am an NLP coach, and whatever I tell you would be based on a lot of teachings from NLP. Now NLP means neuro-linguistic programming. The way our mind, body and everything is wired in our own mind, and if we know NLP, if we know the tools and techniques they teach in NLP, we shall be able to handle the events of our life better. Now what is an event? Event, as you know, is any occurring happening in any part of the world. That is universal. That is true for all. Earthquake and the intensity of the earthquake, everything is fixed. But the way we all perceive is unique, is different. The way our fingerprints are different. Somebody who stays very close to the location where the earthquake has happened will have a traumatic experience compared to me, who is sitting, say, miles and miles away. And I get to know about it after 2 days, and I'll say, okay, fine, I'm so sorry about the loss. But there will not be any traumatic experience within me. So if I define it, let me call that event 1. And the way I perceive and store it, I react to it, is event 2, and based on event 2, my state will be determined. The person who has experienced the earthquake from a very close location, unfortunately, would be having a lot of effect in his body as well. He would be trembling, he would be shivering, he won't be able to spell out the experience probably. And for me, it would be like, in the scale, it was this and it happened there and so many lives were impacted. It is true for all of us. That is how we react to events in our life. That is how we store the events. When I say store, I mean pictures, I mean sounds, I mean feelings. Every event in our life, an event has been happening from the time we are born, from the time we were whole the first time. So every event which has happened with us, we may or may not remember, but it is stored in our mind, and that is how we react to various circumstances of our life. That is how stress impacts us, because state very much controls stress. So now you understand where it is coming from, why we need to understand state, and once we understand state, are there ways to handle the state? Is there any way we can control event 2? By event 2, you know what I mean? The version of event 1 we have in our mind. It might not be true. We can work on it, right? And once we work on it, we understand the truth as it is. Then our state will change. And when our state changes, our behavior changes. When our behavior changes, our action changes. And when our action changes, our entire life changes, right? We shall cover more about state, but as of now, I can give you 2 important things to think about. One is how state affects you, and number 2, what can you do to break the pattern? Okay, I'll try to put an example here. There are 2 people who are going to face an interview. One of them is very confident. Probably he's not even well prepared, but his confidence shows. He knows he'll crack it, the way he goes to the interview. And on the other hand, a person who really needs the job is nervous. He's well prepared, he knows much more. But because of his state of mind, he reaches the interview board in a state which is not very conducive, which is not very confident. Don't you think this will affect his performance? This example will show you how state is affecting you every day in your daily life. And now we will be able to understand and appreciate how we can change the state of our mind to reach the zone which we always want to. I'll give you 2 takeaways, because you have understood what state is, you have understood how state affects you, you have understood how state is formed, and now you have to understand that if you are in a negative state of fear, of tension, of scarcity, then you need to break the pattern. And for breaking the pattern, I'll be covering what all you need to do. But as of now, you can start working on your breathing. If you do some breathing exercises, you would be breaking the pattern, you would be feeling much relieved. The person too who was going to face the interview in a very scary state of mind can actually do some breathing exercises to calm down his nerves, to change his state. Probably he has some event too which he is not able to change. Probably he was scared sometime in his life, which is still continuing, but he can change his state by breathing. And number 2, I'll give you something to think about. Understand the triggers in your life. There could be something which drives you, which pushes you to either a positive change, a state, or a negative state. You see somebody, you feel happy. That means that person is a trigger, positive trigger as of now. And you see somebody, you feel morose, you feel sad. You read the newspaper, there is something which makes you really excited. The share price have increased. And if you read the paper that there is a lot of layoff going on, your state changes. So understand the trigger and try to break the pattern. That's all for now in this video. I hope you enjoyed. You let me know what all you would love to hear about stress so that I can give you better value. Take care and God bless.